Yeah.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Real Talk. I'm the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, Rochelle Marie Lawson. I have my co-host with me. I got three fabulous panelists here. And before we get started, I want to say if you like this show, please subscribe and share it with everyone you know and care about, especially those women in your life that means something to you because the more we can unite women and have open dialogue about our conversations and things that affect us, the better it is for all of us. So, again, I'm Rochelle Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous. I am the owner and founder of Blissful Living for You. And you can check out more information about Blissful Living for You at Blissful Living, the number four, the letter U.com. And I'm going to tag team my co host, Dr. Kim, so she can introduce herself, and then we will introduce our panelists for this evening as well as our topic of discussion. So, Dr. Kim, gone girl.
All right. All right. All right. I grab it. I grab it. Tag team. I'm Dr. Kim Brown Barber, better known as Dr. Kim, and I am the CEO of Journey to Becoming. So, all about moving forward, journeying, and lots of dealing with purpose. So, this is going to be really good today and talking about that. So, helping you to get to your destiny, right? And being able to negate all of the challenges with that. So, I'm excited. Throw it back to you, Queen of Feeling Fabulous, so that we can be able to see and hear from our panelists.
All righty. So, panelists, if you would be so kind as to introduce yourself, give a pretty brief introduction about who you are and what you do. And we will start with Miss Tamika M. Johnson, Esquire. Go, Tamika.
Hel-
Welcome to.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about this. So, briefly, what don't I do, right? I start with that. So, I'm an attorney. I've been practicing for over 15 years. I am a magazine publisher. I am a host of two shows. I am the CEO of a matchmaking agency, and I'm also a speaker talking about work-life balance. Because when you do all that stuff, you need to be able to find your peace and your balance. And it was not easy, but I had to find it so that I could maintain and fulfill all of my purposes in life. So that's who I am in a nutshell.
Thank you, Tamika. Wow, she definitely belongs on our show, Dr. Kim. And she's just like us, handling many things and being out there doing fabulous things for women and the community. Now, next we
I
have
love it.
Angela Watkins Francis. Angela, please share with the listeners who you are, what you do.
Hello, my name is, of course, Angela Watkins Francis. I'm author of the book The Power of Marsing, which is the formed my foundation and my business, The Power of Marsing, which is a lifestyle brand that supports, motivates, and inspires us to tap into our consciousness of how we are as an individual, to improve our relationships, our marriages, and ultimately improve our lives.
Love it. Well, welcome to
It's
Real
The Power of
Talk.
Marsing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Miss Rebecca Mendoza, bring
Hi,
it home, girl. Tell us who
everyone.
you are and what you do.
Okay, firstly, I don't know how I can follow up with Tamika and Angela. Holy cow. But I will do my best. I am the youngest full-time faculty of accounting on my campus currently. I am a CPA candidate and will finish my doctorate in education next year. I try to stay busy, and I also run a nonprofit, which actually was the first established group to build a dance program around special needs and general ed together, called the CC Warriors. So that started about in 2011. So it's been about 11 years now. But I'm honored to be here, and I'm excited to see what I can input into this, because I realize I may not have a lot of life experience yet, but I'm excited to learn more too.
Trust me, girl, you got enough life
You do.
experience. You're a woman, you're doing things, you're going for your doctorate. Come on now. Really? Don't
That was
discount
a great
yourself.
follow up.
You're
That
right.
was a
Don't
great
discount
follow up.
It
yourself.
was.
So we have 26 minutes, and right now probably more like 22 minutes. So the show goes really fast. I'm going to share the topic of discussion and we're going to do it. So, our topic of discussion this evening is the search for purpose. In our current economy, our value is often based on earning power or visible signs of success. In our interactions with each other, we transact our business, our relationships, and our lives. But what would happen if we set up a different valuation system? One which supports happiness, or rather the happiness quotient, in the measure of success. What would the world and the economy look like for us women? And my crown is crooked, which, as a queen, you can't have it. So, uh, so I want to open this question up to you, and it started off with you, Tamika. Tamika, with regards to the topic of discussion, the search for purpose. Women out there today are doing phenomenal things, and we have this great resignation that's happening with not only women, but really African American women. So, with regards to what's happening in our society and women searching for their purpose, what would you share with regards to the thing that you have experienced with regards to women in your circle of influence or women that you engage with the context of now there's this new evolution of finding our purpose post COVID and turning that purpose into profit?
Right. So, first of all, I attribute the great resignation. A lot of it is the stress that we have in corporate America, in our jobs, in our lives, because we are very versatile women. So, we try to do it all. We're very accomplished women. We try to do it all. And we overstress ourselves, we overburden ourselves. And so, for me, again, finding peace, if we can look at the happiness quotient in a matter of peace and the things that brings us joys, that's what our purpose is, right? So I remember, when I probably was making the most money, over six figures, I was so unhappy in my life. I was unhappiness, just being in a bad relationship, unhealthy relationship. And so money definitely is not the standard of happiness. We all, we've heard all the songs over the years. Money can't buy me love. And someone was like, but yes, but it can pay a bill. Yes, it can, right? But at the end of the day, it does not find you peace. So that thing that you have in you, and I think a lot of we have like multi-purposes, right? Depending on where you are in life. So I had two kids over 40. So during that time period, I, started a pregnancy after 40 group and, have like 10,000 members and a podcast. That was my purpose then, right? But that wasn't my ultimate purpose. We have different purposes in life. And so, but trying to do that and then trying to be a wife, trying to be a mother, trying to host shows, it can get very overwhelming as well. And so it's just finding that balance of how do you do all of that to define happiness in your life, and that includes having healthy relationships, that includes having control over your schedule. So you can actually pursue your passion and be happy about it.
I love it. I love it. Angela, what are your thoughts about the question with regards to, your purpose as a woman and with the great resignation that's happening, particularly with us African American women? We're looking at something that we're passionate about and really analyzing if we can take our passion and turn that into purpose and profit so that we can set up our own business and have sustainable income coming into that business so that we can support our families, but yet feel the quotient need of happiness within us because we're serving and doing our purpose. What would you say with regards to that?
Well, I say, it's the pandemic really gave us a chance to really sit with ourselves and being intuitive about what's happening inside of us, because we know that happiness really comes from within. So a lot of us have had that opportunity to really sit down, and even through when we go through life challenges too, whether it be a divorce in my case, to just sit down and reorganize our life and really find something out of it, because everything that happens to us happens for a reason. They have to find the lesson, the message, or the wisdom out of it. And my wisdom out of it and my lesson out of it was really that my purpose is really that I went through what I went through. My experience is for me to come out into this world and share it with other women, help to empower other women to be able to find their happiness. Because I found that when I love to travel. And when I traveled, it was a matter of me being by myself and just getting within. And so this resignation is about finding ourselves and really the time that we've gotten to be quiet enough to listen to our body, listen to our mind, and listen to what our passion is. I think this really is I'm really proud and happy that people are doing this, because as you said before, money is not what makes us happy. It really about what we really have within our heart and what we're built. We're made in this world for. We all have that purpose, and as long as we're pursuing that, success comes cumulatively. As long as we make a little goal, little goal, little goal, and eventually we'll know that happiness is really just within us all along, and we can have it every day.
I love it. I love it. Now, Miss Rebecca Mendoza, I love that because I love saying your name, Rebecca, for one, because I get to use my Spanish tongue and roll my R's.
Do it. Just keep saying it. It's perfect.
I love it. I love it. It just makes me feel sexy and sassy. I don't know. I'm a mess. Yeah, I'm a mess. I'm just gonna say that. But
That's
Rebecca,
right, I am too. We're making it.
girl, that's why we're here. So now, with regards to the topic of the session, and I'm gonna kind of construct this a little bit different from you because you are working on your doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with regards to your purpose and finding your happiness quotient in your purpose so that you can serve others, specifically with regards to what you're getting your doctorate in, can you share with us your thoughts behind taking that purpose, which is a passion of yours, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be getting a doctorate in it, and what that means for you and how you think about utilizing that to empower women and a few smart men in your life?
Right. So Angela said something very profound, that during COVID, we kind of had to sit with ourselves and we had to kind of reflect on what's going on around us. And I will be honest, going into my doctorate was a COVID decision. It happened in April of 2020. And I applied in February of 2020, so slightly right before I knew things were getting bad. And it kind of caused me to think about, okay, what do I actually want in my future? What's going to make me happy? I was brand new to teaching in higher education. I was 25 years old, not very much older than a lot of the students that I teach now. And part of me wanted to, one, instill something better in myself that I knew my grandparents and great grandparents who came to this country wanted me to do eventually in this future. And while I don't have my grandparents anymore, I know that they would be very proud of me because I come from a family of educators which isn't very many Hispanic individuals come from a family of educators that are very much choose education. That's going to get you either out of this cycle of poverty. That's going to let you do whatever you want in this life. And even if it's not the particular schooling that we're used to, if it's just going and, just continuous learning, just on a regular basis, continue to open your mind for things. The purpose of this doctorate is to become a president, well, hopefully one of the youngest presidents of a university or a college.
Yeah.
And I realized that I'm very much like, y'all are so nice. Oh my God, I need this every day. I just realized that I'm very much a rarity in what I do because I'm a millennial female Hispanic faculty member, which is very rare because 3% of total faculty members are Hispanic. Less than 1% are full-time faculty members. And so I think going in with this basis of I'm doing it for a greater purpose. I'm doing it for visibility. I'm doing it for representation because at the end of the day, it's not about me being where I am. It is about me fulfilling that need in myself of Hispanics can do this. And I choose to be that representative that is giving my students a chance and saying, okay, I can actually do this because I see a role model that I can go after, which is
I love it. I love it. I love First of all, I'm giving you a big kudos because I'm gonna guesstimate what your age is. I'm not gonna say it.
You can
But
say, I just turned 28 actually.
okay, so here you are, a 28-year-old Hispanic Latina female,
Yeah.
go in her doctorate. That girl, if I don't have my mic, I need that's a mic
You
drop
need the
right
mic
there.
drop. Yes, you
Because
need the
I'm
mic
sure
drop.
Dr. Kim can relate to your story because she's a doctor and she is an administrator of a part of a university in the California UC California system. So for me, I want to say
Yeah.
you're a role model for younger women. You're turning something that you feel is your purpose into your passion, and it will be profitable. And it's great to have you here with the representation because you opened up with not feeling that you were able to step into the shoes of us gals here. And
Yeah.
you definitely are stepping into the shoes of us gals here.
Yeah.
So I'm just want to celebrate you and say,
Thank you, Angela.
get down. If I could cuss, I would say a bad word, but
But
can't.
also
So
part of that,
I'm gonna do my little booty shaking dance because
oh,
that's amazing. And that's something that we should celebrate as women. That at 28, 20, she started, 26-year-old in her doctorate program.
yeah.
That is like unheard of. Some people don't even graduate from college with their bachelor's until they're 26. So you know what I'm saying?
And everyone,
You know,
right? Like it's not linear. I
it-
always tell my students, it goes up and down. The point is that you finished. It does not matter what your age is. You did it, queen. Like
Exactly.
that is it.
Exactly. Dr. Kim, what are your thoughts about? I think I have you. What are your thoughts about the topic with regards to this isn't not doing with regards to the passion and purpose and stepping into your greatness and being that that gal that is doing things that serves the purpose but also fulfills happiness within.
Well, I think everybody is definitely hit it. And of course, you see, I've been having technical issues, but we keep moving. You know how we do. We
Yes,
keep
we
it
do,
moving.
girl.
But I love it because I'm listening and it is fabulous. And kudos to what you're doing and just keep moving to everybody. But really, with you going into your doctorate at your level, at your age, I'm like, that is fabulous. But I think it's just like what everybody's saying. It's more of the same. It's like, it gave us time to reboot and reinvent. And then a lot of times in a lot of people rebooting and reinventing was able to see where they were happy and where they weren't happy and what was really important to them. And so I think in doing so, a lot of people ended up making a lot of career trajectory changes and saying, this is not, life is too short. That's the first thing they saw. Life is too short. People were leaving here left and right, and it was no reasoning behind it. So it made people really do, a really internal look to be able to see, what is it that I am supposed to be doing? What makes me happy? And I think that happiness quotient or the success quotient actually changed because of COVID. I think it set a new bar. And because of that, people are looking at things very differently. So, I think it's important because, just like I think, so I don't forgot who said this, was saying that you have different purposes, and that's correct. It's multi-purposes, but it's at different purposes at different times, different seasons
Yep.
in your lives.
Yep.
So I think that's just important to make sure that we not only take this time to do it because of COVID, but also take this time to be intentful to do it, and in the different seasons of our lives to have inflection, not only reflection but inflection, every year to see where we are and where we need to be.
Oh, Dr. Kim, I love that. I love that. The different seasons of life. I mean, you ladies are beautiful. Wow, that just kind of moved me a little bit because I think about, the different seasons that I've gone through in my life and what I thought was my like I'm that chick, right? In my 20s is completely different was completely different for me in my 30s, 40s, and beyond in my 50s. So it's beautiful. I'm glad you brought that point up because what you may have, I don't know what's going on with this. What you may have identified as your purpose in your 20s is going to change, and it's an evolutionary process. And so our purpose, um, as we evolve as women changes, but so does what makes us happy with regards to fulfilling that purpose. And so, Angela, real quick, I want you to share with the listeners and the viewers When it came for you to decide what your purpose is and realize the connection to how much that purpose and serving your purpose made you happy, what was that pivotal moment where you were like, oh my God, this is it?
So as I did that whole reflection after my divorce, that whole healing process, and I really decided to really go deep into it and just look back on my life over the years, because 3 decades, there's so much in that you when you unpack it, there's so much is like, this can't all go to waste. This had to be for something greater than myself, something greater from what it was. And as I looked through that, I realized that through the challenges that I was going through, I was still happy, because there came a point when I realized that someone else's action is not mine.
Ah,
And we're all responsible for our actions. And so it came a point when I stopped taking on that action and then recognizing about energy, start looking at patterns, relationship patterns, individual patterns, and how we as an individual, by the thoughts that we have in our head, the way that the perceptions, the experiences that we have, and how those play out in us as an individual first, and how those will flow out into a relationship, that we have total control over that. We have total control over that, not control over the other person, because we can't do anything about their behavior unless we talk to them, have a conversation. But then we can control our reaction. We can control the way that we look at the situation, and we can look at what we can take from it that's positive. And I decided to remain positive throughout the whole thing, and remain positive as I go through. Even when I was going through challenges, I deal with it. There'll be those days when I sit in it and just process it and then go out. And so, people didn't really understand that I was going through challenges, but I figure some of those challenges, you have to take care of them in private so you can go out in the world and just enjoy what's out in the world. Every moment, every day that we live is such a
oh,
blessing
wow.
and such a gift. And we
I
don't want to
love
live that with
that.
sadness. So
I
that
love
was,
it. You dropped some nuggets of gold in there, with regards to, you basically took every day as that day and worked through if you had a challenge, or just understood that today is the day, and I can make the day the best day I can make it, no matter what challenges are occurring in my life. And I'm going to show up, and I'm going to be that queen that I am, and know that I will get through this challenge. And you said that, and I love that. I mean, God, I'm getting chills. This is deep, y'all. This is deep. Okay, Tamika,
Yeah.
same question to you. What would you say with regard to anybody out there listening? There are women watching us and there are men watching us. What would you say with regards to that question I asked Angela?
So again, just kudos to Rebecca for being so young and having like this focus and guidance and all this perspective. But I have long been saying, if you have not been one of those people and you turn 40, when you turn 40, you have a story to share. You have journeys that you've been through, and just talking about them will help somebody. And so just kind of finding your passions there. So for me, again, so we talked about, we have different passions. And so again, I talked about being pregnant after 40, but then also what was important to me, what I saw from when I was your age, Rebecca, that the more successful women become, the harder it is for relationships, the more challenges you have in dating relationships, especially for women of color, because a lot of our potential partners are just not used to that dynamic. And so it was important for me when I got married at 41 to kind of look at, this is different. I thought just like you, Rochelle, like at 20 something, like, oh, I was it. I was gonna have a husband. He was gonna be an NBA player. Like we just like I knew exactly how tall he was gonna be, and it did not work out that way. So we go through these trials and these journeys, and you find, you may know plenty of women who are just kind of like, I just cannot connect with men, or have or healthy relationships. So that was my new passion, right? And
I love
pursuing
it.
that.
I love it. I love it. Rebecca, we got like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What would be your take with regards to that question?
So,
Because
Tamika,
you are
thank
the
you so much.
youngest of us
Yeah.
all, it looks like.
No.
So I love getting the viewpoints of you younger people, younger women, because
Yeah.
we are trying to create a legacy of wisdom and information to enlighten everybody coming behind us.
Of course. So for me, and this will get very deep, just warning you. When I was about 18 and 19, I tried to take my life twice. And I was in such a deep spiral of depression. I went to a university, lasted 3 weeks, was sent home on medical leave. Didn't think I was going to make it to my 20th birthday. And so the reason that I am who I am today, and I'm very, motivated, and I seem much older than I am. And the reason is because I had to grow up in that time. I had to figure out what my purpose was here. And I tell that story because most people don't think that I would ever be a person that had depression or anxiety or would ever think about suicide. And it took me going through that and coming back from that and now going into my doctorate and finishing the CPA and being the youngest faculty member. I think that part of me is, what God intended. And I had to go through that to be the person that I am today. So if anyone is out there feeling the same way, please just hang on till tomorrow because it's going to be worth it. And whatever your mind is telling you, don't believe it. Because
I love it.
honestly,
I love it.
This life's too short.
I mean, I love it. It's, you just said words of wisdom there, right? Deep, deep words of wisdom that I know will resonate with a lot of people. And the beautiful gift is tomorrow gives you a new beginning, a new start, a new chance to make that day, especially specifically, better for you and to do all you can to make that day happy. Unfortunately, ladies, this is about the end of our show, and the time we have, it goes fast, and the dialogue is deep. So, Dr. Kim, I'm going to turn it over to you, girl, because you tag team me on this all the time. But what would you say as our closing messages as we celebrate these beautiful women that are panelists this evening, and we close out this show with...
Well, it's going to be really quick because I know we don't have a lot of time left. So I just want to say thank you to all the panelists that are on, and thank you for just being here and sharing your stories. They are phenomenal and so encouraging, not only for us here, but everyone who's listening. So I would just, tell everyone to stay tuned and know that great, even better days are coming, to never give up, continue to search, it will come. Back to you. Let's see. Is she back? Oh, there she is.
I'm not sure what happened. Again, girl, we look.
No,
ladies,
we've been having technical issues.
We must be having some powerful stuff that ain't, that either supposed to get out or ain't supposed to get out. And anyways, I want to thank all of you ladies. I want to thank all of you ladies for being here. Please subscribe if you're listening and watching us. Please subscribe to the show. I want to thank Tamika, Angela, and Rebecca. Sorry for the technical issues that we're having, hey, it's the world today. We're so dependent on this technology. But this is Real Talk. I'm Rochelle Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, and my co-host is
Dr. Kim Brown Barber.
And we've had our panelists, Rebecca Mendoza, Angela Watkins Francis, and Tamika M. Johnson, Esquire. Thank you, ladies, for a fabulous show. And until next time, everybody, wishing you peace, wellness, and wisdom. And may your life and your journey be absolutely purposeful with lots of love and happiness. Goodbye for now, everyone.
Take care. Be well.
Thank you.